Hey book peeps, and welcome to the October reading wrap up. This is what I have read this month and what's going to be carrying me straight into November. So this video will be going live on November 1st. I am recording a few days earlier. So I will be including one or two books that I am literally in the middle of reading, but I will be finished by the time this video goes up. So that is why they're on here, but they won't have a full review. I plan on doing a full podcast episode on each of the books that I am finishing off this month with. So don't worry, you will get my recommendations and my ratings. So let's get started. Oh my God. Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing. What can I say? What hasn't been said a million times by every book talk, booktuber, and bookstagrammer already about this book. 5-star read. Absolutely amazing. And I technically even sort of reread it because I got the audiobook version because I just had to have the feel of it. And I'm even on the waiting list for the dramatized audio version because I really want to see what Tern and Darna's voices sound like. So exciting. Amazing read. Definitely do it. One Dark Window. I wasn't quite as fussed about this one as I thought I would be. I am still in the middle of reading Two Twisted Crowns. This is one of the two books that I will be done with by the time November 1st rolls around. So far, it's not too bad. I think I'm going to enjoy the second book more than I enjoyed the first. I mean, it's not a terrible book. It's a little bit more complicated than most, so not good for beginners in fantasy. But I can see why a lot of people do enjoy it. It's just not, it doesn't totally grab me the same way it seems to have grabbed everyone else. The Grishaverse, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I finally finished the series. I have had these books forever in audio version. So I got the hardcovers, well, they're soft covers, but you know what I mean, physical versions, and I read/listened to them at the same time. First book I really wasn't all that bothered about, but the second book had a interesting sort of plot twist at the end, which I didn't see coming, but I wasn't overly invested in the characters, so it probably didn't hit as hard as it would to those who really got involved in the Grishaverse. But I would totally recommend them to those who are interested in trying out fantasy for the first time and not really sure where to start. Definitely a good place to kind of dip your toe in the water and see if you like the idea of fantasy. So I'd say it's a 4-star series. But as far as books individually, then it's going to be sort of like 3.5, 3.75, but this one's definitely a 4-star. I got through all of the ACOTAR series. As I said before, I was listening to the dramatized audios as I was flipping through these, and they never get old. I love these books. Granted, I'm not overly fussed about this one, but it has its purposes for being there. And I definitely took the opportunity to tab the hell out of Silver Flames. I've found so many little hints to aspects of some, shall we say, some other books in the S.J. Maas universe. I don't want to spoil anything, but once you start reading the other series that Miss Maas has brought out, you'll want to go back and reread Silver Flames because, as you can see, there's kind of not necessarily clues, but things that could help, different ideas and threads in the story that Miss Maas is playing with. So definitely worth it. And the dramatized audiobooks, chef's kiss, fantastic. Although the spicy scenes with the extra audio, definitely not one to be listening if you're out in public. And lastly, this is the last of the two books that I'm currently in the middle of, but will be finished by November 1st. In fact, I won't be surprised if I'm not finished this book within the next day or so because I can't put it down and I'm eating it up. And that's Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. So it's book 1 in the, I think it's Cat and Mouse series. But yes, awesome. Super dark, definite trigger warnings, but I can already tell, well, by the fact I cannot put this down, it seems like it's going to be a 5-star read. I might be jumping to the finish a little bit there, and I hope I don't let myself down by saying I think it's going to be a 5-star read. And the end just kind of lets me down, but oh, fingers crossed. It really seems that way. Like I said, I'm just eating it up, can't put it down, lost in the world, love the characters, love the darkness, love the twistedness, but definitely check the trigger page because it's a doozy. Definitely, definitely give it a read if you like dark romance. Absolutely. Freaking epic. Mwah, chef's kiss again. I have also done a couple ARC reads. So I said I was reading Two Twisted Crowns, and that was graciously released early to me. But I also read Trial of the Sun Queen. So this one, it was released initially last year by an indie author house and was re-released this year by a mainstream publishing house. And again, I was lucky enough to be allowed an early release so I could read it. And I also got the early release of the Aurora King's Rule. So I am in the middle of that one too, but I don't think I will be done that in time for November, which is why it is not on this wrap up. And with that, that is my October reading wrap up. So until next month, my book peeps, much love. Mwah.